Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome back to my channel. So friends, in today's video we are diving into one of the most important topics for polity, the historical background of the Indian constitution. So friends, this topic not only helps in your prelims but is also a goldmine for mains answers and essay enrichments. So let's decode how Indian constitution evolved one by one. So friends, I have read this chapter fully and decoded only the main points for you. Let's start the video. So friends, I think script was not recorded clearly. So friends, at the last I will just give you a picture on the screen. You just see that picture. So friends, the Indian constitution is the result of a long evolution of laws and governance structures during British rule. So several act was passed by the British Parliament, laid the foundation for modern constitutional development in India. So friends, before 1950, India did not have a constitution of its own. So what we had instead was a series of laws passed by the British Parliament. So these acts gradually shaped the framework of administration and governance in India. So understanding this evolution is key to understanding why our constitution is the way it is today. So why we have federalism, civil service, bicameral legislature and more. Now let's see friends, key historical acts and events. So the first act was Regulating Act of 1773. So the first step towards centralized administration established the post of Governor General of Bengal. Warren Hastings was the first Supreme Court established at Calcutta, controlled the East India Company mismanagement. So friends, this was the first attempt by the British Parliament to regulate East India Company and created the post of Governor General of Bengal, and Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal. So Supreme Court established in Calcutta. The second act was Pitt's India Act of 1784. So this act introduced dual control, that is Board of Control, British Parliament, and control of Courts of Directors Company. So reduce the company's political autonomy. So the third one is the Charter Act 1813, 1833 and 1853. So in the 1813, enable companies monopoly over trade except tea and trade with China, and in 1833 centralized administration, created the post of Governor General of India, that is the Lord William Bentinck was the first, and in 1853 introduced open competition for civil services ICS exam, that is Legislature Council for India. Next, fourth one is Government of India Act 1858. So after the 1857 revolt ended company rule, transferred powers to British Crown, so created the Office of Secretary of State for India and introduced Indian Civil Service ICS. The fifth one is Indian Council Act of 1861. So introduced Indians into legislative process for the first time. Legislative council were expanded. So began the process of decentralization. So from this act, the process began decentralization. And the sixth one is Indian Council Act of 1892. So in this increased Indian representation, allowed discussions on the budget for the first time. And in the seventh, Indian Council Act 1909, Parliamentary reform. So introduced communal electorates, Muslim, first formal steps towards separate electorates. So increased size of Legislative Council. And the eighth one is Government of India Act 1990. 1930 is Montagu-Chelmsford reform. So introduced hierarchy in provinces, transferred and reserve subjects. So bicameral legislature at center. So Council of States and Legislative Assembly, limited franchise. The ninth one is Government of India Act 1935. So in this act, the most comprehensive act, blueprint of modern constitution. So features all India Federation not implemented. Provincial autonomy, so bicameralism in provinces, federal court established, separate electorates extended, many features borrowed into the Indian constitution. The 10th one is Indian Independence Act of 1947, so passed by the British Parliament, guaranteed independence to India and Pakistan, abolished British sovereignty over Indian laws, Constituent Assembly became sovereign. Now the Constituent Assembly 1946 to 1950. So the first meet on 9 December 1946, drafted the Indian Constitution, adopted on 26 November 1949, came into force on 26 January 1950. So friends, if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe for more high quality syllabus focused content. So drop a comment below if you want PDF notes or a quiz based on these videos. Thank you, bye.